Welcome, everybody. Daniel Allison, the average dude, along with Freddie Blanton.
Good morning, Daniel, the average dude, Allison. Happy Pump Day.
Man, it feel as good as I wanted it to feel, man. When you throw that muscle up, it's supposed to, but maybe
I figured it would with that small jacket.
No, man, I look like I've been punching holes through donuts a little bit. But Freddie, how you feeling on this pump day? Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, I feel great. It was a D1 morning. Got there 5 o'clock class, got after it. Ooh. Men and women just getting after it, Johnny.
That Joe will like that. Both men and women. And there he is, Joe. Hey, and shout out to Joe for reposting our little live stream and calling out to get some people on the bus. Appreciate you, Joe. DT, hey, I've been noticing DT stopping in, saying hello. I kind of like that. We need to catch up with DT, maybe have him on the show.
DT's got some swagger.
Don't he? He's got some swag. Calm, cool, and collected. There's Paul Pappy, and I'm really glad to see Paul here. Up and let's get it. Let's go. Great to see Paul Papp. Of course, Gary Lou, all the way from Texas area. I know Vicky Watts is back in town. Will we have a Vicky Watts sighting on the bus today?
I bet she's still recovering, Danny.
That's a long Alaskan trip to go to Alaska, though. She posted some pictures. I love that idea of getting out into the wilderness. Maybe you see a bear, a little stream, maybe some fishes.
I wonder if she ate some Alaskan whitefishes.
Yeah, it'd be cool, wouldn't it? She's going to have to come on and tell us some stories. Daniel, the suit, Allison, and Freddie the W win. Freddie W did men say women love it. Yeah, that's Freddie W Blanton. I like it when you throw that middle initial in there.
Yeah, King William.
Oh, is it William?
Could be Wonka.
Could be.
Freddie Wonka. Yeah.
We all miss a little V-dub on the bus. And so hopefully she's going to get back on the bus. We've had some people coming. We've had some people going. It's 493 episodes of First Sip in a row. We're coming up on 500. Tomorrow will be 94. The next day, 95. And then another one. That's pretty wild.
Milestone. A serious milestone. Did you drink your coffee earlier?
I'm going to drink it right now. I haven't had any coffee. Let's go.
What time was my first sip, Danny?
Well, you said you were at the gym at 5 a.m. I'm going to think that you probably had that first sip about 4:25 as you were walking out the door.
4:45.
4:45. Ooh, baby. Now, you've been getting up, getting after it, doing all the things. When did that start? I didn't see you for many years. Then I saw you at F3. You're working out again. Have you been working out this whole time? Have you always been on your game? What happened? What happened to you?
I typically have always worked out.
Have you?
I used to do it in the evenings, right? And then life gets a hold of you. And I don't know, we've got some salespeople on here. And let me tell you, sales is not a job. Sales is a lifestyle. Just like last night, I sat here till 7:30, 8 o'clock. I know I was eating dinner at 8:30 and it felt late to be eating dinner. So I realized pretty quick the evolution of old dad here. You got to get up and get your time early.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. So I've got some sayings here. Just some of these are some classic things. Yeah, things that we hear often, and you might think, well, what does that really mean? Where does your mind go?
I
And
got 5 on it. What does that mean?
what, what's up?
I got 5 on it.
I've heard people say that, and I have no idea what that means. I've got 5 on it. I don't know. Does that mean he bet $5 on something? I got 5 on it. I don't know.
Paul Pappy, help us out with I got
Paul,
5 on it.
I got 5 on it. I see. I had to find that octave. You went a little nasally, and I went a little kind of a little higher pitched.
Really?
One more rep. What does that mean? One more rep.
When you're about to give up because you think you're exhausted, your weak little mind is telling you don't do any more. Do more.
You think, and have you found that you always can do one more rep or one more call? I used to do that. I used to say one more call, or you shooting basketball, one more basket before I go in and get to eat dinner.
Yeah, and then that's turns into 20 minutes. But I do believe that studies have shown that when your mind is telling you to quit, you're only 60% of what you can do.
And I believe it. I know that many times that, whether it's going to school, I don't feel like going to school. You can do it. You can get through the day, right? Mom and dad push you out the door. Man, I don't feel like going to work. I just don't think, maybe you don't. Now we say that, but me and you both also talk about that balance. At this point in the game, after you've proven to yourself that you will do the hard thing, there is a balance there. Talk about that balance and knowing when to say when and kind of having control of yourself, I would say.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
At some point, your body requires rest.
Yeah.
Not only from physical activity, also from work. At some point, you and your family need to get away, reset, reconnect, and come back stronger. Come back with a better bond. Come back with a better mindset. Go back to the gym when your body's had a rest. It feels much better. So you can only push to a certain limit for so long before you say, hey, you know what? Let's recover. Retreat, recover, attack.
I like that. Retreat, recover, attack. And that is just a good way to kind of let go of it. Sometimes we get caught up in the minutia and the heavy things and we get distracted.
Whoa. Minutia?
Yes. We get caught in the minutia.
What is that? I've heard
Joe, I need
a lot.
Joe or Paul Pappy needs to define what minutia is. But just the things that don't matter, the things that distract us, that pull us away from what we're trying to do, the things that don't ultimately make a hill of beans.
Look at this.
Took the day off to head to the lake with the family today. Nice.
And look at this.
Don't make a job your life. Absolutely. Life is a lot more than your job.
Yeah. And when I said sales is a lifestyle, there's some adjustments you have to make if you're in sales. And
here's the thing we've talked about. I said sales is the human being game. I think sales is the greatest job you could ever have, because what is it going to require? We need you to take care of yourself. We need you to be disciplined. We need you to have a good attitude and be energetic. It's going to take living life. So when I hear that sales is a lifestyle, it doesn't mean working all the time.
Right.
It means that you enjoy feeling good and communicating and connecting with people and talking about stuff.
And you realize you have to be a little bit more flexible at times. But with that lifestyle, you're able to do other things.
That's it. Yeah, so you say if you're disciplined and you get the work done, you make the sale, you make the money, you go on the trip, you get to do more. With the right attitude, self-imposed limitations vanish. Alexander the Great, attitude drives passion, and passion is what gives us the sustainable momentum to a purpose. Momentum is huge. It is only human nature is limited. If we allow the divine in us, we are more than ourselves. We all need that little extra. There's nothing like that prayer that says, I need that little extra to get this thing done right then in the moment. We talked about one
Yeah.
more rep. How about a prayer to get this one thing done? You know, that extra energy.
Yeah. All right. So I got a question for you. Yesterday, you had a busy day, right? You had some stuff stacked up. You led the workout group. You had another meeting. You had a big meeting that meant a lot to you.
Yeah.
Yesterday was big. How do you roll into today? This morning, you didn't have anybody to lead. I'm not sure what you got on the books. How can you be excited about today, even though it may be smaller in the business world than yesterday?
The first thing I'm gonna put up here is something that I had up anyway. Dress for success. For me, I've got on. I don't have an appointment, but I have this suit on because when I put a suit on, it makes me think in business mode. It makes me think about making phone calls. If somebody calls and says, "Hey, you want to go grab coffee?" That happens all the time. I want to be ready to do it. And so doing this program, this is one of the reasons I do the program. I want to get up. I want to get my mind right. Once I get to this point where I start talking about intentionality and discipline and quotes, I don't want to, I can't just shut, what am I going to do? Watch television? Right? So now we get fired up and we get ourselves to a certain state. We get our mind right and we want to do these things. I like dressing up because this is who I am.
Yeah.
And so to answer your question, retract, retreat, and attack, for me, every single day, as I gain more and more clarity on exactly where I want to go, the only thing I know for sure, Freddie, is that I want to win today.
Yeah. That's what happens when I put on a Navy shirt in the morning. Game over, man. It's all business.
Hey, talk to me about dress for success. We've talked about it before. What comes to mind? I think it's a big deal. It changes my attitude depending on what I got. If I put on the clothes to go to the lake, then I'm gonna feel like going to the lake. If I put on the clothes to work to do this, then I'm gonna feel like doing this. Hey, Ken, good morning, and great to see you here, my friend.
That's a great example. Yesterday was big. Today may not be so big yet. But I'm going to get up and do what I need to do and put the clothes on to be ready for the big opportunity that may come my way.
And then we create something. Once your mind is in this state, it's almost frustrating if nobody's answering the phone. Well, maybe you should do a LinkedIn video. You hadn't been doing those. You've been a little scared person to do LinkedIn videos. Talking to myself, folks. But maybe you go down and you interview someone. I've been looking at these cranes and watching these crane operators. I believe I could operate one by this point, but I want to go and talk to them, talk to the human beings. But yeah, I like the question. Dress for success. And this is mentally dressed, physically dressed. Get ready to do something.
Yeah. Go through the motions of a winner.
Go through the motions of a winner. Hey, the opposite of winner. Can you define what this looks like and how it shows up? What comes to mind? This.
A lot of times I see this where people have the capacity and ability to handle something on their own, but they won't do it. They would rather go ask someone how, why, is it okay, other than just being very capable of doing it. They kind of just go drain someone else.
I like that. No accountability, no personal responsibility.
Yeah.
The finger pointing blame game is hard to watch. No personal responsibility. And I learned that myself. We all learn these types of things. And I had somebody call it out and said, "You sound like a Jim, I've told that story before. But man, when you hear that, when you think, man, I'm playing the victim, that's just not that's a tough place to be. And sometimes we are victims. I mean, the truth is, sometimes we are victims to situations. Sometimes the world, not sometimes, the world is not fair. And so we're going to have things that knock us down. Energy vampires carry their problems into other people's lives. They bring energy levels down to their own. Very well said. It's the complaining spirit, right? That there's nothing. Just like we may look at something and we may find the positive, this person's going to find the negative.
Yeah, it's the not my job spirit at times.
Not my job.
Oh, that's not my job.
Hey, how does that differ on a sports team as opposed to a secular work team? Is there that if somebody says that's not my job on a ball team, what happens?
Typically, they'll get benched for a
I mean,
while.
that happens quick.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's very strict, but somehow the rules soften sometimes, and you might have somebody with a bad attitude that kind of hangs around, and that can pull down everybody.
Yeah,
hey,
absolutely.
I know we got things to do. Final thought on this. Pump day.
Dress for success. Cut the energy vampires, and be bold enough when one comes at you. Tell them what they're doing. And that it's not necessary. Be strong enough to say, hey, you're very capable of handling that task without draining someone else. You're very capable of not bringing that to the office to bring everybody else down.
Okay. Hey, we're going to call that doing a Freddie. Blow the whistle, make the call. Be like Freddie today. Have a great day. Let's roll. Bye-bye.